Are you struggling with self-esteem and self-worth after the end of a relationship or divorce? Well, on today's episode, we're going to talk about how to find true love. And it's not what you think, so listen to the end. And if you didn't know, I'm Myesha, life strategist for women who want it all, author, speaker, and your new best friend. As a teenager, I remember myself being outgoing, fun. I would dance in the middle of a club, 18 and under club. And I remember having circles around me and I would just be in there dancing. I was ambitious, driven. I had a car when I was 16. I remember myself being what I would think was confident. Truthfully, I was insecure. I had low self-esteem. I had a hole in my heart that I wanted to fill with love from another person. I remember this very early on. And the boys didn't always check for me, but I was like, it's all good. You don't have to check for me because I'm still that girl. And I put it out there I didn't care, but truthfully, I cared. Those insecurities went away when I got married because I had found somebody to finally tell the world that I was worthy. I didn't need to do my work. All I needed to do is show up with this man with a ring on my finger and everybody would see that I was worth something, that I was wanted, that I was valuable. When the relationship ended, those insecurities popped right back up. My self-worth was in the toilet. My self-esteem was in the toilet. I had a lot of seeable things that I could do that you would think that I was confident, but my relationship with myself was struggling. And this led me to find my truest love. And guess what it was? Guess what it was? Guess what it was? Guess what it was? My true love was me. First thing that I did in my experience was congruence. Growing up in a religious tradition, there were parts of me that I had to get rid of, right? I want to be good, and there are bad parts of me. So what I did was just push the bad parts aside and be more of the good parts. I never reconciled all of me. Right now I'm having this conversation with you, yeah, I used to be a pastor's wife and all this, but I will cut you. That's also me. I will pray for you and I can also cuss you out. That's real. Now, I don't choose that, but it's there. In this post-divorce journey, this journey to self-love, this journey to healing, I had to bring all of me to the table. The parts of me I don't show the world, the me that's there when I was a child, the me that's there, the me that isn't so becoming and isn't so good. Congruence. Because that part of my life that I wanted to shun, that part of myself that I wanted to detach from, just need love. It just needed love. So the first step is becoming hospitable to the parts of you that you don't like, the parts of you that didn't work well. I remember getting praise and attention for singing. So what did I do? Sing more. So we learn as children what works, what our teachers like and what our friends like. And we become more of that person when there are other parts of us that need attention too. You want to find true love? Love all parts of yourself and become a congruent person. That means I am one. I'm not this way over here and this way in private. All of me is coming to the table. Number 2, spending time with yourself. And I want you to see that I didn't say spending time alone, because I'm not alone when I'm with me. I'm not alone. I don't feel alone when I'm with me. And when I think of it that way, it gives me a lot more peace and a lot more discovery because I realize I have not spent a lot of time with me. Take time with yourself. Recently, I made a reservation at Mastro's Beverly Hills. I got dressed, I put on makeup, I drove the whole way with me, had conversation with myself in the car, going down the 405, girl, what's up? What do you feel right now? Okay, girl, what do you want out of life? What does this feel like? And I got there, I had a full meal, it was beautiful, not a soul said anything to me but the waiter. I paid the bill, I enjoyed my meal, I went home with myself, got in the bed with myself, and had a good night. And what I learned, if you are not comfortable with you, you're only gonna put everything into somebody else. There is part of the pie of this life that's for you. And it's important to know you. And how do you know you? You spend time with you. You ask yourself questions. You ask yourself, you have internal conversations in a way that's mutually beneficial. Like me and me. What's gonna help me be better? Myesha, what do you like? What do you want? What are your standards? What is valuable to you? How do you want to spend your life? Where do you want to go today? What do you want to eat? Consciously thinking. We do a lot of this, but we're not doing it conscious. So we don't actually get the value of it. If you're a robot that just gets in the car, turns on the radio, some people tell me, I'm sick of being by myself. You're not by yourself. You're with yourself. And there is a difference. Take a journey with you. Ask yourself questions. Get to know yourself now. Not who you did, what you did 25 years ago, today. Who am I? Where am I going? What does this feel like? What am I feeling right now? What do I need right now? Some days I long for a hug. I don't know where it comes from, but I just want a big hug. I've had somebody with me for my entire adult life, and I'll do really, really well and enjoy my life. Everything is going okay. And out of nowhere, I'll just like, I need a hug. I find one of my kids. Give me a big old hug. I hug myself. Yes, I do. I go just like this and give myself the biggest hug. And I say, I will never leave you. I will always be here with you. You don't have to be afraid. I'm here. And that helps me foster trust with myself, trust with my inner knowing, trust that I'm listening to the spirit and it's leading for what I can do and what I should do. Number 3, we often want somebody else to treat us a way we don't treat ourselves. So we can reverse engineer that. You want a man to show up and prioritize you, prioritize yourself. What it does is it models for you what the feeling is like. So when somebody else does it, you go, this is familiar. So I put myself first. I prioritize myself. I keep my word to myself. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it for myself because I'm building the relationship with myself. When somebody comes along and they treat me a certain way, I'll know it because I treat myself that way. I'm valuable. I go and buy gifts for special occasions. On my birthday, I don't sit at home waiting for somebody to do something for me. If I want to celebrate, I celebrate. I buy the cake. I go to the mall. I'll pick out something that I want, something luxurious sometimes. So when somebody else does it for me, they are actually an extension of how I treat myself. And guess what? If they walk away, I'm going to keep on loving me the way I've been loving me. There are no losses in this life. Number 4, define your non-negotiables. Where do you stop and they start? That's what a boundary is. It's knowing within yourself what you want, what you need, what's important to you. If integrity is important to you, you train yourself in that. I'm an integral person. That means my word is my bond. I do what I say. So when somebody comes into your life and that's important to you, if they don't do what they say, if they don't keep their word, you know this is not a relationship that's going to add to me in a way that I'd like. We typically negotiate. We say, well, he's cute and he's nice. He doesn't have the best character, but he calls me and nobody else is calling me, so I'll take it. Non-negotiable means non-negotiable. If you're going to be in my life, I need consistency. I need you to show up, and I need you to show up the way you typically show up. Does that mean you can't make mistakes? Nah. But this is a non-negotiable, so that when a person doesn't show up for you, you've already built that relationship with yourself to know, no matter what I wish, hope, pray, this person is going to be what they are showing me they are. Typically, we don't know what we want. We don't know what we need. We don't know what we stand for, so we stand for anything. Number 5, in this journey of loving yourself, your truest love, it is important to do mindset work. That's how you think, how you train your thoughts, to do your spiritual work, to align your truest self with God and His desires, His wishes, His hopes, and to do the behavioral modification. That means something shifts in your actual action. It's not enough just to think the right thought. It's not enough just to say, well, I prayed about it and that's it. It's not enough. They all need to align. I can say all I want in theory, that I want a person who's confident or a person who's trustworthy. But if I don't have the practice in my body of saying, if you're not, you're out of my life. There has to be some measurable way for your thoughts to influence your behavior. For me, they all need to work together. That I remember when I started to have boundaries, I lived very boundaryless for a lot of years. Didn't know what that was. It was a foreign concept. You can come in and out of my life. You can do whatever you want to me. I was oblivious, to be honest, until I woke up. So I know what it is to just want love and to get it by any means necessary. My kids used to come in and out of my room. They could do whatever they want. Then I start saying, wait a minute, no, I'm not waking up at 8 o'clock to take you somewhere just because you said so. That doesn't work for me today. I'm sleeping in. And my kids say, what? Yes, get somebody else to do it because I'm taking care of me right now. If there isn't any action, how do you know that the thought has done its transforming work? The truest love that we have is the love we give to ourselves. We are searching for a puzzle piece, for somebody out there, somebody external to complete us, to make us whole, to make us valuable, to make us worthy. And then when that person leaves us, we are stuck having to figure out, what do we do with that hole again? My permission, my recommendation, my hope for you is to fill that hole inside of you with your own love, with the love of God, to do your work so that the next beautiful relationship that comes along, they get all of you, and they get all of you in the most beautiful and healthiest ways. Let me know in the comments which one of these you want to work on more. What would you like to do? What would you like to incorporate? What are your non-negotiables? Give me something. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. See you soon.